Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. We are at my Raider themed red rocket, and today we're going to build a Raider throne. So you find these throughout the world in different Raider dungeons, and today we're going to build my own. So right now I'm going to build a platform to cover up the workshop, because of course the room I wanted to build it in is the workshop at the red rocket. We're going to use the pillar glitch as well as the rug glitch to cover up the workshop. So if you're not familiar with the way the pillar glitch works, is basically you select all to raise and lower whatever object you want. And the rug glitch basically is a way to ignore item collision. So you can put whatever you want on top of a rug, and the game will use the collision of the rug instead of the item. It lets you put objects inside of other objects, or really, really close to other things. So yeah, as you can see, it works really well for covering things up. So right now I'm just using some crates to completely cover up the back portion of the workshop. And then I'm gonna grab a junk fence. I really like junk fences, especially for more, rough settlements, not quite as refined. They fit in really well. And so I'm going to grab a rug as well as a junk fence and sink it pretty deep into the ground just to cover up some of the bits that are sticking up out of the workshop, that the crates didn't cover up. So this is a little fiddly, and it took a long time, so about an hour or so to build this. So that's why you see the footage a little sped up, as well as we're going to jump ahead here in a little bit, just so you don't see me doing the same things over and over again. Right now I just needed a little bit more room, so I extended out the rug chain, and you can chain as many rugs as you want to get this done, and it will just continually use the lowest rug on the chain for the collision. So if you're noticing it keeps turning red because you're too close to something, throw another rug on there, and that should give you the distance that you need. Right here you can see it's way off center, and I still have, for whatever reason, not noticed that. I'm gonna have to fix that. So you can see there it's still red. In this case I don't actually need another rug. The pillar was just needed to be put on the other side. It must be running into another rug that I had previously sunk into the ground. This entire settlement is littered with rugs buried. So there you go. Looks pretty good. Next we're gonna start the platform, and for that I'm gonna use pallets. It'll be real nice. It'll cover up the front of the workshop that you can still see there, as well as elevate the throne. It's nice if you're sitting on a throne, you want to be physically above the other people, not just in stature, but actually in the world. So this is going to help with that. I think it turned out really, really cool. You guys should let me know what you think in the comments. As you can see here, lining this up just the way I wanted it was a pain in the ass. Just trying to get it. There's a lot of variables here, so I wanted to get it so it covered up the rest of the workshop that was sticking out, elevated the throne enough, but also didn't stick out too far, because it's not a very big room, and I didn't want the platform to take up the entire space. So you can see here just a little bit of fiddling. I don't think that's quite right, and well, you see what happened there. So the pallets were in contact with everything else on there, and when I selected all, it must have grabbed one of the rugs that were underneath, previously sunk in, and so that was connected to the crates, and it selected everything. And here's another weird thing. For whatever reason, I cannot pick up that rug. Not at all. It's super annoying. So I just left it there. It's going to be completely covered anyway. You're not even going to notice it in the final one. It does still bother me though. It's just one of those things. Alright, so now we try this again. Get this completely set in there. And you can see my OCD's pretty hard right there. Yeah, almost got it. Yeah, seriously, this took me forever to do. Sweet, I think I finally got the right height. Yep, there you go. And so we're good. So now we're gonna grab another couple of pallets. Now, if you are gonna replicate this, about a pallet and a half is equivalent to one step. So if you have 2 pallets there, you're actually it's gonna stop you from walking up. You're gonna have to jump. You don't want that, and plus it just looks off. You'll see. I'll make that mistake here in just a second. Now here I'm just trying to line up the sides. I don't want it to be too crooked. It would just look really weird. All right, here we go. You'll see me walking up there. I will not be able to get to the top. So you walk up the first step fine, but then it stops you. Just a little bit more, about a pallet and a half for a full step. And we're going to run into the same problem here where it selects everything. So if you want to make sure you get it right the first time, otherwise you have to take each piece off individually. It's just one of those things. It's kind of annoying, but... And then you see here I screwed up and I'm only using 2 pallets. It should be 3. Gives you a little bit more leeway. Since you are using the pillar, you can sink things lower or raise them up as you see fit. But if you don't have enough, you can only go so high. You don't want them floating like there. Yep, see? Yeah, come on, bud. Perfect. So you're going to add another one on there. I had a hell of a time lining things up. I did this at least a dozen times, all crooked. It just took forever. I am really happy with the way it turned out, though. I think it looks great, as you guys will see here in just a few minutes. Yeah, look how crooked that is. You know what? Let's just go ahead and skip ahead. Perfect. Look at that. Threw a couple of pieces of plywood on top. Breaks up the texture a little bit. Also keeps the legs of the chair from appearing that they're floating if it happens to be over one of the gaps, in the pallet boards. Perfect. I think it looks really nice. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It doesn't stick out too far into the room, and it looks great. Let's look ahead at some of the decoration that I was able to put on here. So here we go. I think it turned out really well. You can see here there's a bathtub full of chems. I believe that's a no respawns idea. I did not come up with that. We do have a hanging body here, which I think looks real nice. You can see some skulls and a rib cage up there. They are raiders after all. And here in the corner we have a steamer trunk like you find at the end of most dungeons. There's some weapons and an umbrella stand. Put a couple of explosive crates and some ammo up there, ready to go. So yeah, I think this build turned out really well, and I can't wait to show you the rest of the settlement. If you guys don't want to miss that, go ahead and subscribe. Be notified when that video gets uploaded. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment if you have a question or you thought I could have done something better. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And until then, enjoy your time in the Commonwealth.